here. Come on, Doc, I gotta go.
Wow, what an asshole.
Yup, you all saw that opening. Yeah, and just a few months ago, I reviewed on the piece of shit that was Reptilian, aka Young Gary 1999. So you'd think that after that abomination, the people who made that film, especially the director Shim Hung Rae and everyone else who worked on that film, would have been fired from the film industry and be working at Burger King for the rest of their lives. But somehow, they were given a second chance and made yet another bad monster movie. Whoa, it's nowhere near as bad as their masterpiece.
Compared to this guy, Godzilla is a pussy.
Boy, I'm starting to see why they weren't allowed to direct yet another movie until years later. And the sad part about this movie is that it had so much potential to be an entertaining, fun, epic, and non-stop action summer blockbuster film with an interesting East meets West story, and that's exactly what the trailers for this film led us to believe. But unfortunately, I never got to watch the film when the trailers came out, because you know, I missed my chance in cinema. So, as the years went by, I went to watch the film, and guess what, people? The movie sucked, and all the trailers were a fucking lie. Because most of the action happens in the third act, and the film has an unbelievably nonsensical, convoluted, poorly written, and confusing as hell plot with a stupid Korean mythology that will alienate most general audiences. And speaking of the action set pieces, none of them are exciting or entertaining. The acting from the cast ranges from stiff and lifeless to hammy and over the top. I can't believe the late Robert Forster went from the Delta Force, Jackie Brown, me, myself, and Irene, Mulholland Drive, and Charlie's Angels to this shite. I also can't believe the late Elizabeth Henna went from Batteries Not Included, Jacob's Ladder, Rush Hour, and The Incredibles to this abomination. But I'm so glad that actor Craig Robinson went on to be in better films like Shrek Forever After, The Hot Tub Time Machine, Dolomite Is My Name, and The Bad Guys. Speaking of the characters, Ethan and Sarah have got to be among the most unlikable protagonists in the history of cinema. I absolutely don't care if the two of them are the reincarnations of ancient Korean warriors. That doesn't excuse them for leaving countless innocent people to die at the hands of the bad guys. And don't even try to save them. You heard me right. Our designated heroes leave numerous innocent people to die, including the supporting characters, at the hands of the baddies, and never get them out of harm's way, as you saw at the very beginning of this film. Plus, they don't show any emotion when LA is devastated by the attacks from the evil army. The romantic chemistry between our leads is laughable and non-existent. And to all those people who criticize the Anakin romance in Attack of the Clones, I dare you to watch this abomination and you'll be owing that film an apology. The rest of the other characters were just filler and nothing else. The film also blatantly rips off the Lord of the Rings trilogy and elements from Star Wars The Phantom Menace, right down to the evil army's weaponry and armor looking suspiciously similar. Hell, the area and where the final battle even takes place looks like Mordor. I mean, Peter Jackson and to an extent George Lucas should have sued these untalented hacks. Once again, Shim Hung Rae doesn't know how to direct the film, yet alone know how to write a screenplay, and I'm so glad that he hasn't made a film since 2010. The only redeeming qualities of this crap are it has good special effects, while not up to Hollywood standards, look pretty good for what they are. Steve Jablonski's musical score is pretty good. It also has plenty of unintentional comedy, plenty of hilarious unintentional comedy, and the story sounds pretty good on paper, even if it's poorly executed and all that stuff. And don't even get me started on the overuse of dream sequences. In fact, this clip from Film Brain alone perfectly sums up how I felt after watching the movie when I was younger.
The only good thing that you can say about it is that the special effects are decent, even if they aren't quite up to Hollywood standard. But the rest? Where do I even begin? The plot, intended as a meeting of East and West, uses a complex Asian legend that becomes a brick wall that prevents the audience from getting into the story, and what little story there is badly written, filled with pointless plot strands and scenes that only confuse the audience further. The dialogue is written with a complete tin ear, loaded with cliches and characters that don't act like normal human beings throughout the entire running time. Even the actors look bored, especially Craig Robinson, and act so little they might as well be robots. And, as a cherry on top, there is blatant thievery from the Lord of the Rings trilogy, showing just how little creativity went into this monster. The end result is incomprehensible nonsense. And despite being called Dragon Wars, there is only one dragon, and it only appears at the very end. A more accurate title would be Serpent Wars.
Well said, Film Brain. Well said. Overall, I am not rewatching this disappointing mess again, and this movie can just bury itself 6 meters under. And if you're wondering how I'm going to rate this film, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10. So what do you guys think of this film? Let me know in the comment section down below, and thanks for watching as always. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more. Shadow Leon 659 signing out. Goodbye and take care.